Good morning everyone. Today's Thursday the 14th of May 2020. Today's lessons are pretty light on because we've completed a lot during the week. We'll just go through very quickly for spelling. The writing activities for the teapot, lots of you have finished, so if you haven't finished that last activity, just do that today. The reading activity about the famous figures we're going to do Thursday and Friday. Finish off the focus writing, and it's just mathmentals, and then that gives you lots of time to catch up with mathletics, reading eggs, epic reading, things like that, and then I'll put up the science lesson for tomorrow. So for spelling today, if you can just head it up in your books that it's Thursday 14th of the 5th spelling for this week, and what we'll do is we will just highlight the ending of the words. So for congratulate, that final phoneme of TE, devastation. Now don't forget, ION is not one phoneme together. The N, devastation, is on its own. So you just highlight the N. Translate is the T and the E. Fascinate, the T and the E. Vegetable, the L and the E. Explode, the D and the E. Translation, N on its own. Fascination on its own. Devastate, TE. Congratulations, S. Persuade, D and E, and so on. So I'll just get you to fill out that last bit. The only other bit that I think is a bit tricky there is this morning. Don't forget that N and G is together as in Okay, so that's the final phoneme there, the N and the G, morning. Sweet is the T and the E, and sweet is the T on its own. Alright, so you should have, and I got through tons of people who had just gone and done all this writing up to yesterday, so you finished that, so well done. So in this writing document, it was just the final little bit at the end that you had to do. Everything opens up now on my computer, it's crazy. So the story started a bit, and I was really pleased with the writing I got back yesterday because it wasn't rushed and done. There were some really good stories. I could tell that you were really thinking about what you were writing. I can tell that you had gone back and checked your punctuation and tried to use some really great vocabulary and checked your spelling. So that's exactly what I want to see, and that's how you develop your writing skills for high school, so well done. If we jump into the reading, there's the Thursday and the Friday activities for the reading, and we're going to do both of those today. Move that out of the way. So the reading was, and please don't forget to do your epic reading and log on today. I'm just keeping this very quick today. So there were your 4 characters. So if you could head it up reading, Thursday's writing task is the text describes the amazing achievements of 4 very different individuals. Write a paragraph about an important achievement you have accomplished in your life so far. Be sure to include key facts about the events and explain why it was a significant achievement for you. Now this can be any achievement that you've done where your family's gone, yay, you've done it, what a great job. It can be a sporting achievement. It could be that you've got 100% in a spelling test. Whatever achievement you've achieved that you think is worthwhile, write a paragraph on that. And then we're going to do Fridays to get that out of the way so that you've just got your science lessons tomorrow. So Friday's language task is biographies retell the key events of a person's life. So it's usually a book or a novel that someone has written about their life to talk about it. They include information about important people, places and achievements. The names of specific people's places and events are called proper nouns. Create a mind map showing all of the proper nouns contained within the biographies of Amelia Earhart, Edmund Hillary, Cyril Mavo, Bandernike and Haikam L. Grouch. So all that means when you do it is you go back into the text and you read it. Say you start off with, let's do Amelia Earhart. So you put her name at the top. So it's all the important places. So if it talks about her being born in England, so the hint is that it's anything with a capital. Okay, you link it to England. If it then goes off and talks about her, I can't remember what some of the things they said about her were. If it talks about her flying over Europe, you put Europe in there. Okay, so anything that's a proper noun that refers to her life, whether it's a person or a place, if it had in there that she married somebody and it had his name, then you would do another mind map off there and put their name on there. So just read through, and any important place or any important person that's connected to their lives, you do a link to. You don't have to do a cloud, but you do a link to. So a mind map is the main idea, which is the person's name, with lines linking off, connecting them to other parts of their life to do with a person or a place. Right, our focus writing, which is lesson 7 of the newspaper reporting, and we got up to page 5, and what it is asking you to do, it's carrying on from yesterday's lesson. It's asking you to compare the written sharks test to the spoken shark text. So it's asking you to compare sheet 3, the truth about sharks, which was the spoken one, the written one, and then sheet 4, shark fins behind the news, that's the spoken one. So you did that yesterday when you filled in the noun groups, and you were finding examples in the written news report of how they were describing sharks, and you did that really well. And it's the same today. So what they want you to do today is, instead of doing nouns, they want you to do verbs. So the spoken ones already been annotated. They've gone through and found these examples for verbs that are used about sharks. So being killed, was bitten, and make scared. So you go through the written one now, the very first one, and you find examples in there of verb groups of where they're talking about the sharks hunting and killing and that sort of. So it's the action that the sharks do. Then you describe how these verb groups influence the views of the readers or the listeners about the sharks. And I think it's the reading, because you're taking it out of the written text. So how is the way that those verb groups used to influence the readers? Then we come down here and it's a modality exercise. So in the written news report, what modalities have they used? So don't forget, modality is how strong the language is that something's likely to occur. So can you find anything in the written news report where they talk about the shark hunting and killing? And don't forget, we're focusing on verbs. How these modal verbs and adverbs have influenced the reader in the news report, and how has these modal verbs and adverbs influenced you to believe the point of view presented. And that is it. Okay, so we've got through those news reports pretty good. And don't forget, we'll cover that a lot more thoroughly when we go back and have activities to practice annotating for your assessment. All right, so here's the mental maths for today, and I think you've figured out for some things that you don't know, you can easily Google those. So you write the time in. If you can't remember a 12-shaped polygon, you can Google a 12-shaped polygon there. I think I've still got that sheet that I made up. If I can't find it really quickly, I won't worry about it. Get myself out of the way. No, but just Google. Oh, there we go. I wonder if I went up to 12-sided polygons. Yep, 12-sided. So they're dodecahedron. So 12 sides and 12 vertices, or 12 corners. Eastern Standard Time was 8 p.m. and there is daylight saving 1 hour in Victoria. What time is it in Western Australia? So if the Eastern Standard Time was 8 p.m. and there is daylight saving of 1 hour in Victoria, so they would be 1 hour in front, so it's 9 p.m. What is the time in Western Australia? And don't forget, Western Australian time is 2 hours behind. So if it's 9 p.m. in Victoria, then that's what the time's going to be. Now here, B equals 45 equals, so B must equal 55. So what have you 55B equals? So you're going to work out what that one is from that information. Now I'm not going to tell you, that one's pretty easy. The lowest common denominator, you should be good with that. Rounding that one up, they all look pretty good. And we know that a pentamino is 5 equal size squares that are connected together that you can change around to make a different pattern. The probability of being born on a Monday, well, there's only one Monday and then 7 other days. For these ones with the subtraction, I should have mentioned this yesterday, what you can do is you can times the denominator by the whole number and then add the numerator. So 5 sixes are 30. 30 plus 2 is 32 over 5. Then you take the 4 away from the 32, keep your numerator the same, and then you simplify your fraction at the end by putting your 5 back into the top number. You can look up your Roman numerals, and the rest of that looks fine. Okay, so we are done. So that won't take you much time to get that done today. And then if you can go on and do your mathletics is I can't say how good it is now. It's a really good program now for you to get your skills up to date. Do some reading on Epic Reading and log it, and have a great day. And I'll put up those science lessons tomorrow. You can, when I put up the science lessons tomorrow, I'll do 2 options. I'll put up a YouTube so you can follow the YouTube and record the results, or you can go in and get your own photos. But when we go back the assessment for it, you'll have to have photos, so I will copy across some photos of different time frames of those experiments happening. All right, have a great day.